Hey everyone, so since I can't get up and walk around a ton in my garden for the next few days, I figured now is a good time to start a series that I'm going to be doing now and again on this channel of Seize the Greens. That one went out, called Plants Are Cool, because plants are very cool, and there's a lot of ways plants are cool. So, in this first episode of Plants Are Cool, we're going to be covering 3 plants that are super easy to take care of in your house, that also clean the air. They have a utility as well. So the first plant I want to talk to you about are Christmas cactuses. I have 2 Christmas cactuses right behind me. We keep these in our bedroom because a lot of plants are either daytime oxygen producers or nighttime oxygen producers. These guys produce oxygen at night, so I like to keep them in my bedroom just because it's cool to have a little extra oxygen, I guess. They also are cool to have in your bedroom or really any part of your house that has a lot more shade, because these guys can handle up to 14 hours of darkness. Often people will play around with darkness and how much they water them in order to get them to bloom, but generally they typically bloom around like Christmas, which hence the name Christmas cactus. These plants are also really cool because each of the plants I'm talking about today help clean toxins out of the air. So these guys have been found to clean formaldehyde and benzene out of the air, which is commonly found in cleaning products. I know you hear those chemicals and you're like, I don't have those in my house, but a lot of cleaning chemicals do actually have them. So these guys can help with cleaning any of that out of the air. Also, they're cool to have. Another interesting fact about these plants are they can live for decades. Also, if you're looking for plants that aren't going to harm your pets, a lot of folks have to take that into consideration of what plants they can have indoors around their pets. So obviously you don't want a pet to eat your Christmas cactus, but it won't kill them if they do. So these are really cool plants. Let's head to the next plant. So the second super cool plant I want to introduce you to is the peace lily. So peace lilies are really cool because much like how sunflowers are considered a powerhouse for cleaning the soil, peace lilies are often considered a powerhouse for cleaning the air. So a study by NASA found that peace lilies help remove ammonia, tetrachlorine, benzene, formaldehyde, and a bunch of other chemicals I'm not even going to try to pronounce because I'm just going to get them wrong. Not only were they found to help remove toxic chemicals from the air, but they were also found to help remove airborne mold. A lot of folks keep them in their bathroom for that reason. I certainly do. That's where I am right now. But they're also a really cool plant to try because they're extremely forgiving of low light conditions. Not everyone has a super sunny window to put them in, and they actually don't even necessarily need a super sunny window. It looks bright behind me, but this is up against an alleyway. It doesn't get a ton of sun. So peace lilies send up a really cool white flower. I don't have any on right now. When it does, I'll be sure to take pictures and post them on my Instagram or what have you. But it's often looks like a white flag, hence peace lily. They're a awesome plant. Give peace lilies a try. Let's check out our third plant. Alright, so the final and last plant I want to talk to you about is actually one of my favorite plants that I own. We call her Lynn or Lillian. She is an antique. She's now gone through 3 generations of our family, from my great aunt to my mom to me, and there's been a bunch of different cuttings and propagated versions of her, and I actually have the last surviving one, so the pressure is on to create or to propagate a new one. But she is an excellent plant. She is what's called a Salem philodendron, or tree philodendron. I'm sure I pronounced that wrong, sorry. But tree philodendron. Philodendrons often either are vining or are tree-like, and she's tree-like. This plant is really cool because it helps clean formaldehyde out of the air, which again is a product you sometimes find in cleaning products. They also don't need a ton of light. They, like this one, I don't have it near like a window. I just have it in a room with a window. So earlier when I talked about the Christmas cactuses, I talked about how some plants produce daytime oxygen. Most plants produce daytime oxygen. Other plants produce nighttime oxygen. And this particular type of philodendron is one that produces daytime oxygen. So we keep it in our living room. So another really interesting, cool fact is these plants live for a long time. In fact, it can take up to 15 to 20 years for it to even bloom. And the blooms kind of look like a peace lily bloom. It's got that white, but it takes a long time for a philodendron to actually bloom. A final thing I want to note on philodendrons is if you, again, have animals that like to eat plants, this is not one you want to get because it is toxic. People and animals should not consume this plant. But if you have animals that don't eat plants, you're fine. It's a really easy plant to take care of. So I hope you have enjoyed this first installment, I guess, of Plants Are Cool, which I'm doing here on this channel, Seize the Greens. If you like this video, please like it, subscribe, share. Let me know if you have any comments or questions or want to hear about any other cool plants or know of any other cool plant facts. Until next time, I hope this has helped you seize the greens.